Hey. Yeah, where you go?
There you go.
My bad. Yeah, I had to do one of these for y'all, man. We got some good stuff cooking today, man. Welcome back to the episode of the First and Foremost podcast, man. Got Jerome right down there. That's my co-host down at the bottom inside the hashes, man. You want some of the best peak football content, the Apex. Gotta get it inside the hashes, man, right there. To my right side, we got the Bacon Network, man. One of the best basketball analyst gurus right now that slept on in the country. To the right, man. Y'all get at him, man. He gonna have something dropping here pretty soon. He knows all the details when it comes to the hoops, man. And he actually went to a big time Peach Jam this past weekend, man. So he's gonna have the intel for the 3-man weave, man. But before we begin, make sure this podcast is sponsored and brought to you by Phenom. You want the best football cleats, you want the best football gear. Go ahead and get you some Phenom today, man. The season is right around the corner. Use ITH football promo code, man. Get great gloves like that Jerome is showing. Great gear. As you guys can see, those blue gloves down at the bottom. Go ahead and get your fresh gear, man. Yes, sir. Football season is right around the corner, man. Camps is starting here pretty soon. We got media days kicking off tomorrow. So, hey, man, it's going to be fun, man. So make sure I get signed up today and get your merch before the season kicks off. But how y'all fellas doing today, man?
Good, brother. Appreciate you asking, man.
Doing great, man. Good to see my boys. I feel like I haven't seen y'all in person in so long. And I'm excited to be able to see you boys this weekend and this week because, I'm ready to get back into it. I'm excited. Let's do it. Season's about to start, man.
It's right around the corner, man. It's crazy. NFL starting up day camps now, too. I know fall camps for a lot of teams on college level, they about to start up, too. So, man, it's an exciting time, man. But I'm going to kick off the show, man, with the first and foremost, man. I'm going to let Jerome lead this part right here. What is your first and foremost on this fine Tuesday night?
First and foremost, shout out to my guy, Oliver Davis. If you don't know who Oliver Davis is, you have to get up on that because this man is a DB guru, trained some of the best DBs in the country. You had, it was a great camp on Saturday. You had J.C. Horn there. We had Taylor, who plays for the Saints, that was there. Martin Emmerich, who plays for the Browns, he was there. My boy Kendall Vildor, he plays for the Lions, he was there. Man, it was a great time. A lot of competition. I actually just dropped the highlight tape, so not right now, but when you're done the podcast, go over to Inside the Hatches and check it out on Instagram. But stay here, stay with us, don't leave. But go check it out afterwards. I'm very proud of that video, so hope you guys enjoy it and show some love. Okay.
100%, man. First and foremost for me, man, has to be Miss Aaliyah Chavez. She dropped the top 6 today, man, including South Carolina, of course, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas, Texas Tech, and her first offer was Texas. So that's gonna be some heat. I have more information that later in the 3-man weave. That is the first and foremost.
All right, man. So for me, man, my first and foremost, sports related, but not really dealing with something specific in sports like a headline or anything. But for me, it's an experience this past weekend. I'll go on Monday right after went to ACC Media Days. Again, y'all go on my YouTube page. All that is up. All of those interviews with Haynes King, obviously Zeke Biggers, Jamal Haynes, and Coach Kids all up on the YouTube handle, man. Everything's down below. Y'all go check that out. But it was an experience with Coach Fly, man. A great black man out of Charlotte, North Carolina, man. So he's my first and foremost. Just the way that he carries himself. Obviously, he's over the chapel there, and I can just tell he's resonating with the young men down there. Does a marvelous job, man. So I just want to give him my first and foremost. I love what he's doing down there. Showed us around, gave us a little tour. coaches for Johnson and Wales University, HBCU down there. And I think, man,
John C. Smith.
John C. Smith, thank you. John C. Smith down there, man. So can't wait to see what he's able to continue to do with the defensive line, his defensive line coach, man. But this experience itself, man, him showing us around and giving us some good intel, man, definitely spoke volumes of just what he's trying to create down there at John C. Smith University. All right, 100%. All right, man, we're going to keep rolling. As you guys all know, we like to hit the grid. That is our special football segment. That is what we call it. So obviously, Jamauri Brice is supposed to join today. I will stream this on my Twitter account as soon as he joins on. I know Tech fans want to see. I don't want to, be streaming now and it says Jamauri Brice and he's not on here. So as soon as I start streaming, y'all gonna see him. And then you guys, if you have any questions, I'll stream that on Twitter so you guys can see. But we're going to preview upcoming media days. We got several that's going on too this upcoming week. Tomorrow and one Thursday, and then a big one on Saturday. But I'll start with Jerome. What are you most looking forward to in these upcoming media days? You muted.
All right, I just realized I was muted. Just interested with some of the players, see how excited they are. I know we're excited. I want to see how excited they are for a fresh start, a new season, getting to understand, some of the coaches and some of the, new coaches that are coming in and out, those kind of deals, and, being able to, really get an understanding of what a lot of these coaches' philosophies going into this season. Like I said, fresh slate, everybody got championship mindset, no matter what level you are, you always think championship. You think, hey, this is our team, it's championship, let's lock in. So I'm excited to see, where their mental is, 3 weeks before the Classic. So I'm excited to see how excited they are and, see how they're, now that the offseason is winding down, how they're kind of locking in and going into, getting to that ultimate goal, which is the state championship.
100%. Go ahead, Big.
Yes. Same thing, man. Just want to see where the mental is, how they're going to change from last year, what goals, what obstacles they're overcoming. There's some new players that I don't know what their story is and kind of what their why is, as well as some of the coaches, because your why is going to take you a long way when times get tough in the season. It's definitely going to get tough. So the why, their story, and their goals is going to be the big three things for me.
Yeah, I think for me, as I'll take a little bit away from Jerome's point. I'm just excited to see the players, man, them getting amped up, them previewing the season, them being able to put on the pads again. It's been so long, all that off-season training is here now. There's no more preparing. Only preparing you're going to have is for game day. There's no more getting your body right, and all you can do now is recovery. You know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that big muscle gain as you could over the offseason. So I'm just excited to see some of these kids. Like I said, I'll be busy tomorrow. I'll be on air all day. So excited to get to know some of these programs. Some that are underrated, some coming in that people are sleeping on as well. So I'm really excited for that, man. And it's giving these kids the opportunity to kind of showcase themselves and talk a little bit about what they got going and what they're trying to accomplish this year.
100%. So before we move on, man, what's your mental going into tomorrow? Because you're gonna be on air all day, live takes.
Kind of crazy, Twin. That's a good question. And then there's no commercials, no breaks. So it's gonna be 10 o'clock, just straight. And then I'm practically hosting it. So
yeah.
I don't know, bro. I really just think it's something that is preparing me for what I want to do. We got a taste of it a little bit at ACC Media Day. We got to see ACC Network doing their thing with the people in the panel being on there. So I think with stuff like that, it's just, it's just grooming, I think, for me to eventually where I want to go. So I think you asked me this last year, I'd have been nervous. I don't really feel as nervous because I feel like I know a lot of these teams. And then obviously I'll have Craig there with me. So, we'll do a kind of the co-host thing. But I think excitement, just kind of want to see where it goes, how good I perform. Obviously I know I have critiques and people can hopefully, give me that and let me know what I can improve. But I would say excitement, man, of anything. No fear, no apprehensiveness, none of that. I feel pretty good and I'm excited to get to know these programs.
100%. I know that's what you're definitely telling me this week. I said, man, you're nervous, man. I don't get nervous.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know more. I used to twin, but yeah, I think it comes with experience. No cockiness, like you know what I'm saying. I think if you prepared an individual, I think it's gonna show, and you know you're not gonna be as nervous going in. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Speaking of commitments, we'll keep rolling. Great question too, Bacon. By the way, it's a big one, man. Like Coach Surf said, and he's been on the pod, man. Y'all go back and go watch that. I don't know if you see the comments, Jerome. He said, "Bingo, we got action." What movie is that? Let me see what movie is that. Let me see if you know where that's from.
Is that?
I give you. I'm gonna say it in the phrase that the actor said
I
it.
want to say it on air. So I'm just gonna say I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know.
You can say it on air.
It's clean, G. Bingo, we got action. That's how he said it.
I want to say Jerry Maguire, but it's not Jerry Maguire.
No.
What is it? What is it?
Go ahead, Baker. You said you had something to help him out.
I just said how the actor said it is bingo, we got action. That gives you any help. It's definitely Friday after next day when they see the old ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Told you it was PG, bro.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I thought that was a great reference by him, man. That's why I wanted to bring it up. But yeah, man, I mean that leads us into our next topic. Obviously, Jonesboro is going to have two big commitments. There's only one with obviously John Tavius, but now they not playing around, man. They got two now with Jeremiah Tickett, the 3-star defensive lineman. I think he had over 25 plus offers, could be more than that from what I've seen on the graphic. So that's huge, man. I guess I'll start this part. I love it for them, and obviously they're going to be at media day tomorrow. And I just want to ask Coach Sherp, like, what has it been like in this program? Like, because you guys got to remember, like, they didn't have any stars on these guys. Like, these guys were just got out the mud, man. And I just remember, and hopefully Coach Sherp remembers me in this positive way. I remember him telling me about the game. I was like, wait, what? He was like, he did all this in the game? He was like, yes. And then I just remember writing an article on it. And then, obviously, a couple months later, kid blows up. That's John Tavius. So I just want to ask Coach Sherb, like, what he thinks about that. And then now his program, like, got so many guys, like Jamar Owens, Montez Redding. Obviously, he had Cortez Redding, too, who's his younger brother. Montez graduated. Just seeing these guys be able to get that shot now, I think it's something to behold, man. I'm excited to see, where these guys commit. I will obviously know where one of them is going, but I'm just excited to see.
That's a fact. You have any intel on Jeremiah?
I do not. I could find out, but I do not.
100%.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, Jonesboro, like you were just saying, man, nobody had any emotion last year. Popped off. I ain't gonna say they came out of nowhere, man, because when I went to the media day last year, just, seeing them, watching some film before I went, I was like, man, these boys can play. Talking to Coach Mill, he was giving me some insight on the young man. So it's like, it's only a matter of time. It's just about, obviously getting media in the room, getting it out to them. That's our job. And then once people see it and once the buzz gets around, ding, 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 ding. So, man, it's no surprise, but definitely intrigued and ready to get to Jonesboro this Saturday and to see where they go, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be my first time in Jonesboro, so I'm excited. Got, like you said, two commitments with it as well. So yeah, I'm looking for a good time. I know Coach Surf is gonna set up a good one for us. So I feel like I've been MIA for a while. So like I said, I'm just gonna be happy to be with my boys. Being able to be there and enjoy the experience with you guys as well. And then just a couple of more weeks, got Quirky Kill as well, and then football starts again, man. I love the off season, but then I don't like the off season. Off season, you get a lot of content for us, but also that it is good to have actual football too. You know what I mean? So,
100%. I think it's gonna be packed this Saturday. It's gonna be the Bills commitments. So I think it's like I just agree. I think it's gonna be flooded.
I think it's gonna be deep. Like Alex supposed to be there, Coach Mill. Like I think that's how they want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it was last year. You can attest to that. I don't think it was as packed, but I think this one's gonna be deep. Like you might want to get there early.
early for sure. Like last year it was myself, Coach Mill, Big Face Sports. They were there in the building, and that was it. Like, it was really just us, the coaches, and the players. But that, when you're doing the right thing, and you know what I'm saying, you winning, you got things going in the right direction. That's just the fruits of your labor. So man, shout out to Coach Sherb and the whole coaching staff, not just Coach Sherb, because everybody plays in a part of, you know what I'm saying, training up these young men to grow them up and train them as the way they should go. So that's just what happens.
100%. Shout out to Coach Domo. Shout out to Coach
Yep.
Floyd. Obviously, Coach Domo helped coach the DBs and things like that. Coach Floyd is the head coach, man. So doing a great job, man. They got some underrated players too that can ball as well, man. The running back that I highlighted as well, he can ball. So can't wait to see him this year, man. Hopefully they'll get a game or so on TV. I think that Douglas County, like Jonesboro game, that should be one. That'll be an intriguing one when those two match off. You know, hopefully somebody picks it up or, you know, has a lot of media there. Excuse me, I think, you know, more than deserving for both teams. So we're going to find out, but we'll be there Saturday, y'all. We're going to have the full. We might try to get a live stream as well for it. Still working out, ironing out the details, man, but we'll have the full coverage for that. That is going to be a movie, as I said in my tweet. Like, no cap. But we're going to keep rolling. We're going to go into our next topic, man. Me and Bacon were at ACC Media Days on Monday, man. It was a lot of fun, man, being there, a high-class event. I encourage you, if you can. I know you always encourage us, Jerome, to go to a what is it? The East-West game, East-West Shrine Bowl, I believe it is. We get to talk to college athletes after, you know, the ones that are trying to go on to the NFL. Definitely gonna try to see if I can make one next year. If you can, man, try to make your media day if possible. I know you plugged in with a lot of stuff. Whatever you able to do, like ACC, SEC, whatever one you able to do next year, or you know, going into the future. It's just high-scale event, man. You get free food. Open access to the players, you know, just a very well-run event. I really enjoy myself.
Definitely. No, definitely want to do one. Sure. You know, obviously some hindering things in my way this last couple of weeks, but I'm definitely locked in, and I'm definitely trying to hit one up for sure next year, for sure.
Yeah, bro. Like Nas said, it was a top flight event in the world, Craig. I didn't get any. Well, I did get some free food. I got some peep this, bro. They had red velvet cupcakes with chocolate chips and the icing, bro. Hey, I was like, that was all I got to eat, man. Nas never took advantage of the free lunch. I got the snacks, but just like you said, the open access you get to have to the players, the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention the opportunity to get on TV, having the nuts to, you know what I'm saying, raise your hand up and so come correct and say something that's big. It's just for you, you know what I'm saying? You can say it's for the brand, but really for you as an individual person, just seeing where you've come from to where you are now, man, just seeing things come full circle. That was big. And just, you know what I'm saying, where you're going as well, you know what I mean? To get somewhere, you gotta put it in your mind, and once it's in your mind to get there and just to be around you connecting, then people in your circle that say you are the 5 people you hang around with the most. So it's just step by step, man. So that was big.
I agree with that.
100%, man. But it's going to be an exciting season. We got to talk to Coach Key as well with Georgia Tech and see what they was up to. Obviously, the open season with Florida State, Coach Mike Norvell was there. SMU coach was in the building as well, man. It's going to be an exciting season, man. So we're going to have full coverage all year. I know I'm going crazy on my channel with college football content. Like when I say I'm hitting it hard, I'm going to be hitting it hard, man. I'm going to try to get videos every day, if not every other day. Like, I want to be in tune like this year and, you know, just become a guy like, okay, I know a lot about college football, like, because it's such a fun sport, you know, and then when basketball season come around, we tapped into basketball season too, man. So got to go crazy. Got to seize the momentum. But like me and Bacon and Jerome are all in the midst of it, in the middle. We just got to be able to capitalize, man. I think that's important.
Well said, brother. Well said.
100%, man. All right, y'all. So I think we got one more topic, you know, and then I'm gonna throw it to Jerome if he has any more. We'd like to give him a question now on our topic. Hitting the grid. Excuse me, if he has any questions for us, anything he wants to know our insight on. So before we hit that, we are giving an update. I hope the fellas is ready. I'm giving y'all another week to get right. I want to shout out Bacon. Bacon was asking me some good questions today about how I got my list together and how I researched and got all that good stuff. So shout out to him. But fellas, we need to get this out before season starts.
Next
so
week.
Or August, next week.
Next week.
I know we're gonna be busy. I know we got Jones Bar Media Day, but get your research done, man, so we can have this list. We can promo it this weekend, Jerome, because you know you're good with the graphics. And we get this list out, man, for the fans, because you know they're gonna be tapped in. And then obviously Jerome does a great job whenever we do these lists of getting a great special guest to come on and give us his insights as well, man. So one more week until that. Y'all stay tuned, man. I know the 27th is gonna be real proud. But before we move on, I'm gonna throw it to Jerome if any comments on this list.
No, we got. This is a perfect weekend for us to actually do it. I know we've been kind of fed up because we have our own individual kind of things going on, but hey, we're all gonna be all together this weekend, man. We got to figure out a day to sit down. Sit down, put this list together, and do it right, man. So I'm excited about it. You know, I got a couple of guys in mind, and I know Naj just has his encyclopedia up here with all the players and stuff. I'm
no doubt
a little bit, but yeah, man, I'm excited. You know, we did the first two. I think it was pretty good success. I'm looking for even more success this time, man. For sure.
That's 100. Sunday's got to be the day, fellas.
100%, man. Well, as I said, y'all, I've already shared a Google out with y'all with already like 20 players on there. You guys can use that, and then I want to get insight too, or whoever y'all got. Y'all know I'll be on it, bro. I've been ready for about a couple weeks, so y'all know me, man. But that's to conclude that. So fans, stay tuned for the freshmen. I know it's a lot of fans that follow me, parents too as well. We're gonna have that, and we're gonna be tagging y'all, man. So stay tuned for it, man. I think a great list, great way for us, Jerome and Bacon, just to get acclimated with the young bucks that's gonna be sophomores. I think could take off this year, man. So excited for that. But I'm gonna throw it to Jerome before we conclude hitting the grid. If you got any outstanding question, anything he wants insight on from us.
Yeah, so the NFL just actually released their top 100 list. It's still kind of going as we're talking about it right now. Have you boys been able to see the top 100 list? And do you agree with some of the placements so far?
I do not. Can you? Is it possible we can see whatever number they're on?
Let me pop that up.
I used to be super tapped into these in college.
Yeah. I used to be very tapped into it too, but life be lifing. But man, it's always interesting when I do see it and I'm like, oh, cool, it just came out. So let me pull that up for you boys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna do it one by one real quick. All right. So starting at 100, we got Zaire Franklin. I think he's a player that a lot of people don't really know because the coach played really well this year. I'm excited to see what he does next year. And then at 99, we got Levante David, linebacker from the Buccaneers. You got Hayward. Definitely. Terry McLaurin at 97. 96, we got Deion Dawkins. 95, we got Julian Love. 94, we got Trevor Lawrence, the high-paid quarterback right now. We got 93, my boy Harrison Smith. This man's still playing. This man is playing. It's crazy. We got Aaron Rodgers at 92, even though he didn't half the snap this year. So that's interesting to see. 91 is Rick Woolen, a guy that we got to interview at the Senior Bowl, really cool guy. Number 90, my guy, Devontae Smith.
Low, too low.
Huh?
Too low, disrespectful.
Yeah. 89, we got Buda Baker. 88, we got Chris Lindstrom.
Yes, sir.
87, Hassan Reddick, who used to be on the Eagles. That's why he, in Eagles uniform right there. Now it was the Jets. We got Saquon Barkley, who's out with the Eagles at 86. 85, we got Christian Wirfs. 84, DK Metcalf. 83, Darwin James, still playing. 87, Montez Sweat, now with the Bears. We got the 81 is Kirk Cousins now with the Falcons. And then if you scroll up a little bit, we got 80. Sam Laporta came as a rookie this season and now ranked at 80. 79, we got Nathan Fitzpatrick. 78, we got Kyron Williams, very underrated running back. 77, we got Trey Henderson. 76, we got Dre Greenlaw. And at 75, we got Justin Herbert, another inside the hatches interview that we got at the Senior Bowl. So with that being said, any surprises to you guys?
Yeah, the Trey Hendricks one is disrespectful. He was top in sacks. It's like number 2, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why is Aaron Rodgers 91? He didn't play a snap. Played one and tore his up. Why? No, bro. No, bro.
You don't keep Aaron Rodgers at the top 100?
He shouldn't be top 100.
I like him.
This is based off of the season. I'm not saying it as a player. This is off of the season he just had. No.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I guarantee you're not going to see Burrow on this list.
You might. Burrow on this list? I think you probably see Burrow on this list.
You're not going to see Burrow on this list.
I nod with the Monty Smith being at 90, but then you got Kirk Cousins at 81. Where, Devontae Smith, yes, he had help with AJ Brown, but when AJ Brown was down, Devontae Smith was the Eagles' only offense during that playoff game. So that's all you need to know about them and how you can't double up either of them. I do like the fact that they do have Harrison Smith here, a guy that a lot of people forget about, but this guy's playing out of his mind, probably 34 at this point. Trevor Lawrence, man, at 94, he wasn't a terrible quarterback, but top 100. I don't know about that one, to be honest. Bacon, you got any?
Do y'all think the Saquon Barkley one stood out to me? I mean, I know he's had some down years as of late, but I think this year, going from 31 to 86, I know he had some down years, but you know what I'm saying? It's still very much upside in Saquon Barkley.
I would argue the opposite of that, because he had a better year this year than the year before, than the end of the year before. This year he played a lot better.
So you think he should? You think he should definitely be?
No, I think he's about where he should be. To be honest, I think he's about where he should be.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my hot topic. Right there, I just wanted to ask you guys about that that's going on right now. I think you're still announcing them as we're on the podcast. So I just wanted to see what you guys' opinions were so far. Maybe we can update that for next week. With the rest of the top 100. I think the last one is on Friday. So.
Sounds good to me. So that's our hot button topic. That is going to conclude Hitting the Grid, unless the fellas have anything else they want to add.
No, sir.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and pass it off to Bacon for the 3-man weave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you should by now. This is the best basketball segment on to man, woman, child, and animal. If you got your pets watching with you, man, shout out to your pets. Give them a doggy treat. Give your cat some catnip or whatever you do. But this is a 3-man weave. First topic. Give your dog a bone. If I'm still present, I'm changing tabs, so I might be frozen. But I want to start this 3-man weave off before we get into the Peach Jam reaction. I'm sure you saw by now the comments that Joel Embiid had for LeBron James, saying that he's getting older. Obviously, he's losing a step, which is also true. But then he answered, I think that game, what Monday, went crazy. It was super aggressive for the first half. Steve didn't really put him in the second half of the game. He was a little upset about that, but nonetheless, fellas, I want to get you guys' opinion just on his thoughts about Bron and as well as his performance this Monday.
I mean, clearly, LeBron's not going to be the same player we've seen with Miami, right? He's not going to be the same player that won that championship in 2020 with the Lakers, right? He's older, but you can't say LeBron's still not a star. You can't say LeBron's still not one of the faces of the league. Right, he's still not one of the top, maybe you say 10, top 5 players, depending on who you ask. So to Joel's point, I mean, he's technically right. You know, it's not the same LeBron from years ago, but this LeBron still is, to me, in my opinion, he's reinventing himself. You know what I'm saying? Because to be able to sustain this long at his age and still be able to have this kind of profound impact on the game and being able to take over and helping them beat South Sudan, you know, when they were struggling, hitting that game-winning closing shot, then the next game simply going off. So you can make the argument maybe he's not as dominant as he once was, but it seems like to me he's reinventing himself. So to that comment, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a way to kind of like say, okay, well, you know, Team USA, some of these guys are older, you know, don't just expect us to win. But it feels like, come on, bro. Like we know how good y'all are, bro. Like, regardless of what you say, maybe y'all not as bought in, but this team, there's no way in hell y'all shouldn't be in the championship game competing for an Olympic championship. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like to me, that's more so what it was. Like, oh, well, LeBron's not the same. I keep saying LeBron, like he's not the same guy, but it's like, hey, bro, it's still LeBron. Like he's still playing at his age. Like it just seemed like a cop out to me, in my opinion, for that. You know, no disrespect to Embiid, obviously a great player, but that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, man. If you guys don't know or don't listen to Philadelphia media, or you're not around Philadelphia, which I know a lot of you guys don't listen to that because I know, you know, Atlanta don't really like Philly. But
it's tough.
Listen to Joel Embiid, he's the biggest troll. You would never think so, but he's such a damn troll. So I haven't like this him saying that does not surprise me. And like what Naj said, he's not saying nothing out of reality and truth. Like LeBron is not who he used to be. You know, I get it, but you gotta, you know, think about how Embiid is. You know, he's a troll, and he'll literally be trolling, but totally serious about exactly what he's saying. So I didn't take it that serious. When I did see it, I was just like, oh yeah, it's Embiid being Embiid. He's a little troll. You know what I mean? You just say stuff like that. And again, I don't think he said anything crazy like, oh my God, how dare he say that? He said what most of us kind of know. He's getting older. He's not the same guy he used to be. But LeBron is still the guy. He had an incredible game. What was it? Last night it was?
Against Germany.
Yeah. Going, especially in the fourth quarter, you know, he's the reason why they won. And shout out to him, man. He's a GOAT. So.
That's tough. I also say, I'll say this. Could it have been something to light a fire under LeBron and possibly the team? We know that the Team USA's historically have been a close-knit group. When I first saw it, I was like, man, Joel kind of, why would you ruffle the feathers? I'm saying this might throw the chemistry off. We don't want to see nobody. We don't want to see this team fighting amongst themselves. So leaning towards the side of positivity. Maybe this could have been something that lights a fire under Team LeBron. Other than LeBron, not Team LeBron, that's Team USA. And to that point, his performance Monday against Team Germany. So, you know what I'm saying? Also, I'll say this too. I think maybe LeBron and the Lakers need to look at this. I've been saying this for a while. LeBron no longer can play 4 quarters straight and be dominant, especially in the fourth quarter. We're seeing the playoff. He's gassed out, turning the ball over in crunch time. So maybe he needs to take this and just incrementally exert energy in game. So 10 minutes in maybe like, you know, however, let's say 12 minutes for 12-minute quarters, 8-minute first quarters. This is basically what I'm saying is choose your spots and not try to go all gas, no breaks. And when you do that, LeBron, you're going to be more efficient and especially save more energy in the fourth quarter so you can get over the hump. And we still see LeBron as a top 10 player. If he keeps turning the ball over like this, he's going to be at the top 10. So that's my take. But I don't have a lot of information on the women's team, but it looked good. They played Germany as well earlier today. I was watching ESPN. Diana Taurasi. This team has a lot of good chemistry. She had a no-look pass to Stewie, Brianna Stewart in the corner, man. So I think it's gonna be an easier role. Not saying I think it's gonna be. I'm saying I think it's gonna be an easier role for the women's team just because they got more chemistry. They've played together prior, winning 7 gold medals prior. So I wanted to shout the ladies out, man. Do y'all have anything on the ladies before we move on to the peach?
I do it.
All right. So Now I just want to start with you, man. You were the only one out of our group because I was working. I was hustling, man. You saw Brice, man. You saw Brice. Did you see Brice on there? Huh?
A quarter.
A quarter. So what's your thoughts on just the atmosphere, how he played, the team they were playing, the whole shebang, brother?
Well, the atmosphere was crazy because there was barely any room to move. It was like going to go see AJ Damba. I always mess his name up. AJ Dembasta. It was like going to watch one of his games. We'll be struggling with his name, bro. It's like going to go watch one of his games or going to go watch Cameron Boozer or the Boozer twins and Caleb. Like it was like trying to watch that. But man, I don't know if you've seen Bacon. They was clowning on X today with that, bro. Like somebody was like Brice went off at the Peach Jam. Slam did it too, and he was like, "Yo, can we not do this?" It was like, "Yo, he averaged 5.4 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.5 steals, something like that."
Okay.
It was like, bro, he didn't do nothing against the top tier competition, bro. Let's not do this today. It was. I mean, it's not funny, but it made me chuckle a little bit. So, I obviously we know it's LeBron's son. It's unfortunate because they're gonna always have a spotlight on them.
Right.
But I think he showed some flashes. Like he had that big block, but I think from the field, man, he really struggled. He struggled. Like he was taking a lot of contested shots. The times he was aggressive and got to the hoop, you could see the potential. So I think that's same with Bronny. They just, excuse me, they haven't realized their full potential yet. So they might have to use the paint game to get their shot going. Remember, their dad was like that too. You know what I'm saying? When he was with his career, he was the downhill kind of guy, get to the cup, get going, then the outside shots start falling. So they might have to kind of follow in the same footsteps. You know what I'm saying? But, I think it's still time for him. Obviously, he'll be a senior this year. I don't want to judge off of that one necessarily game. I think he showed some flash, but I think sometimes the hype can be overhyped for him. But yeah, I don't want to judge off one game because remember I had that impression about Stokes, but I had to see it, a couple times before I got, my opinion on him. So that's my thoughts on Brice.
100%, man. I didn't see him. I've heard mixed reviews, but I was on the baselines. I was saying, man, people was they was talking down on Brice's name. I've heard before the Peach Jam, and Brice is gonna be better than Bronny. So I had to see him for myself. But you brought up a good point the other day. Like he's a senior, so he probably won't be back at the Peach or at any other EYBL session. So we have to catch him during the high school season. So we'll see how that goes. So you didn't see any positives, and they didn't get a bucket. No, you see average 1.5 steal. You didn't see a steal.
Yeah, I told you. I think the potential is defensively, like how he can lock in that big block he had that Slam posted about. And like I said, with his sons, like with Brice and Bronny, I think not depending on the outside shot so much, like kind of replicating their pops to a degree, like getting to the lane, to the cup, getting going that way. I think that's where he showed his potential. Like when he got that N1 going to the cup, like I like that part of the game. I know obviously the outside shot's big right now, but might have to fine tune that a little bit before you can just fire away. I think I always said that sometimes you got to score inside out, like get it going on the interior, knock down a couple of mid range, then go out to the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some potential there, but it's all if you realize it or not.
I'm saying to you, and I want you to continue to expand on Tyron Stokes, man. Just what's your thoughts on the brother?
So the talent is there, bro. Obviously, we all know that he dropped 22 in the champ game. But for me, and I told you this, Bacon, I feel like to be that good, to be the number one player in 2026, he complains entirely too much. Now I know when you in California, you laughing, Jerome. I might even say the term I really want to use. You know what I'm saying? I think he does it too much. You're the number one player in the country. Just go play. Like I know you might get a certain whistle in California, or you might get a certain whistle he's going to Notre Dame. I think that's in Indiana potentially. But you're not gonna always have a whistle go your way. You know what I'm saying? You don't go and okay, I'm gonna to this ref, or I'm gonna yell and scream at my coach all day. Like you got to be cool, calm, and collected. Like there was some calls that wasn't going DeBonster's way, but he didn't let that affect his game. He kept attacking downhill, getting to the cup, drawing fouls. He had blocks against him, but he still kept going, and he was encouraging his teammates. It seemed like more so Stokes was kind of, I don't want to say going against him, but was arguing with him compared to maybe the approach that. So, I think it's a phenomenal talent, but coming off like that, that's not going to resonate with coaching. And I mean, when you think of every coach that was in the building, I mean, you had Coach Calipari, right? You had Coach Bill Self, you had, Georgia Tech coach Damon Stoudemire, you had Dan Hurt. Like you gotta be coachable too, man. And sometimes it ain't gonna go your way. You can't show your emotion. You can to a degree show your emotional support, but you can't let it become the best of you and affect you to a point where you're not getting back on defense or you yelling a call and then you fall down and then it go down and score on the other side. Like, stuff like that ain't gonna fly on the next level, man.
That is 100%, man. From what you said, there was some complaining about the calls, man, which I get. You don't want to be presenting yourself like that in front of college coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's a big thing on authenticity today, being himself. But, you definitely want to conduct yourself. Game is there. I think we were talking Saturday or Sunday night. Just who I kind of see some similarities. I said Zach LaVine. Obviously, Zach LaVine's a little shorter, but able to create out the bounce, shoot the ball, athletic. Nothing sheer spectacular. We'll see how things go for him. Wish him nothing but the best. But I want to give 15U. I want to give just a few players who caught my eye. And I got to start with Bu Daniels of Team Durant. He's a big, you can say it's just tweeting right now. The brother's still growing for Team Durant, man. Just all over the place. Tenacious rebounder, runs the floor well, defend real gritty. The DMV boys they're not going to play with you, from Maryland to be exact. And you got to, when you're bringing up top 15U players, you got to bring up Baba. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but number 10, number one eighth grader, or number one freshman, or eighth grader, number one eighth grader in the nation right now. So definitely shout out to those guys off Team Durant. But Naj, I want to get to some of what players stood out to you from 15U as well.
Yeah, I got to go Cisco Munoz. Obviously, he played for PG Elite. That dude was balling, bro. Like, the way he was getting to the cup. Not a big guard, you know what I'm saying? A little smaller tier, but the way he was creating the shot, creating for teammates, they could really spark from 3-point range, man. So, obviously, he's one that kind of caught my eye. 15U. He played really, really well. Trying to think, was that 15? Yes, it was. Malachi Jordan. Oh, man. Like, what he was able to do on the court, I was surprised Mokan Elite didn't go further. Big physical guard, got some good size to him, can penetrate, get to the hole, nice outside jumper. What they put on the expressions that first game, I was like, woo, like, you know what I'm saying? He looked pretty good. Unfortunately, ended up going out pretty early, but he was another one that caught my eye. Trying to think who was 15U that I saw that was really good. Oh, I got to go Arizona Unity. I think is number 3. That kid right there was hooping, you know what I'm saying? Same thing, just a silky smooth jumper. That one move he pulling the defender with a nice little step back crossover behind the back. Oof. Put him in a blender. My goodness. And then just nailed the jumper, man. So those were the ones that stood out to me in 15U. Obviously, Baba, him hitting the game winner. I mean, that was absolutely incredible. Jerome, if you would have seen that, like, they was down too. I mean, like, Team Hero should have won the game. Like, they was down. I don't want to say dominant, but they were up. And then the next thing you know, Baba gets 2 straight dunks, and then they get a steal, and the next thing you know, they were down 1 possession. The kid misses the two free throws to get the rebound, throw it down to him, he hits the game winner. Crazy environment.
100%. I think, and I'm gonna give just overall MVP of 16U. I think it has to be Mika Mirnin. I believe you said he's not Serbian. He's
from Finland.
Finland.
Yep.
He's Finnish. I'm not sure if you were at the game. They were playing. Who were they playing? They were playing Team Durant. Well, yeah, them too. But they were playing Team Durant. He got fouled hard, came down on his neck, and it was a scary, scary moment. People were kind of asking, was he moving? He's probably down on the court probably close to 20 minutes. No lie. So, and I was as a speculation, man, is he going to play in the championship game? And sure enough, he came in, did his thing. I don't think he missed a shot the whole first half. Ended up missing like 2 or 3 shots the whole game. Kid was special. Play like a baby KD out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hesitation, pull up, can shoot from 3, catch and shoot, moves well without the basketball, vocal, can drive to the cup, finish with both hands, right and left, go both ways. Kid's special. And I want to shout out, I'm not sure of his name right now, but the guard, number 2, number 3. I think it was number 2. Just a floor general, bro. Passing the ball when he was getting harassed by some of the defenders, just never broke his composure, orchestrating the offense, man. Just a dog, man. I would say that's a coach's dream to have on your team, man. Somebody who's going to be gritty, play defense, not afraid to mess up, not afraid to shoot the ball, but also plays control within the game. Now, there were a couple times the decision-making kind of went array, not going to make it down the stretch when they were playing CP3 in the championship. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, I want him in my foxhole on my team any day of the week.
100%. I think for me, I got to go 16U Marcellus Jackson. I think he's one of the best playmakers in the tournament. I still have some clips on him I got to share, man, but just the way he sees the score, nearly had a triple-double in that win they had against Drive Nation. He was doing his thing, man. He really impressed me the whole tournament out of Tennessee. Big body guard, man, get to the cup, gets to the rim, can shoot from the outside. Checked off a lot of boxes, man. He was really impressive. Obviously, mentioned Mika. That kid right there was hooping, bro. So they're going to be pretty good there. So I got to give him a shout out as well. He was really good. And then obviously I go 17U real quick. Malik Thomas, man, like that. And this is why I thought Knight Riders was going to beat Oakland Soldiers. And it's because I seen this game and I was like, okay, Malik is an elite shot maker. So they gave them a really good test. And I was like, okay, well, nobody's thinking this New Heights Lightning team is going to go this far. But him dropping that 30 ball against them, I was like, well, they got too many scores. Like, you look at Knight Riders, you got Caden Boozer, Cameron Boozer, Dante Allen, who gets slept on, who dropped 21 in the champ game. And then Caleb Wilson, I was like, man, they're going to be too much for them boys. And early on, that was too much, man. There was up 13, feeling good going into the break. And then, it was the AJ DeBosta show in the second half and the third quarter, getting them back in the game, just trailing 4 points. Going to the fourth, man. So I wanted to shout them out as well. And then Georgia Stars, man, despite, not having all the guys, Jerron Salisbury, not having Jacob Wilkins anymore, I thought they competed at a high-end level, man. They did the thing that they were supposed to do. Jaden Alexander was a pretty good shot maker for them at the guard spot as well. They 2 bigs played well. Kawal Dane, also Eddie Cook, the guard, will be, I think, at Norcross this upcoming season. He played really good. So those are some teams that impressed me for our 16U as well and a couple players.
Nah, 100%. 17U, you know what I'm saying? When Malik Thomas, I didn't get to see Malik Thomas, but you were definitely telling me a lot about him. I can't join the podcast. All right. Malik Thomas, I was definitely hear a lot about him. You definitely got to say AJ DeBonsa. Caleb Wilson, I'm sure you're going to bring up a point about him a little later, so I won't steal that from you. Let's see. And then I was hearing a lot about Jalen Reese. The Florida Rebels, smooth score, can go both ways as well. Just elite scorer, man. Who else, man? Caden Boozer. He had a solid game. He didn't score like his brother did, but just efficient. Led EYBL and assist 6.9. Just a facilitator, defender. Gritty. He's going to get in there and make tough layups at the basket, left and right hand. Just definitely a future pro in my opinion. Despite what his critiques will be, that's just my opinion. But Brandon McCoy, that's another person I didn't get to see. Another elite shot maker. So definitely want to shout him out. But brother, before we move on to another topic, I just want to get your take on Mr. Wilson.
Great question, man. So I said in my article, man, for Sports Illustrated, he was the best defensive player on the floor. When you're guarding the number 1 player in 2025, the number 1 player in 2026, and you're relishing the matchup and you're going toe-to-toe, you get all the love and respect from me. And I said it today, I don't think it took that many shots. I think it was 4 from 9 from the field, 44%, but the shots were efficient, right? He was getting to certain spots on the floor. He didn't hit everything, but I feel like for the most part, I'm not saying they shot away. But I feel like, obviously Cameron had his matchup, but I feel like, religiously, his help defense when DeBonsa was driving to the paint, him coming over, getting a rejection, altering his shot, making him switch his hands, making him shoot an uncomfortable contested shot. Like you don't just have 6 blocks in the game, Jerome, and laugh at that. Him doing that up against some steep competition says a lot, man. So I said in an article, man, I think he's a program changer. I think him with the right coach, I think he's a lottery pick. I said that last year about Stephon Castle. Bacon looked at me crazy, but I really mean that, bro. Like if he can go to the right coach and they develop him, I think he could be a lotto pick in what would that be 2026 when it's time for him to go to NBA draft. I think he's that talented and that good. Plays both ends of the floor. Quiet kid, just all about ball, man. He's one of those guys.
Bacon, don't you hate when he's right?
Nah.
Right too often, man.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how that happened. I was looking at the article that I wrote about Caleb and the ad. Come on, I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. My bad, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just think Caleb is a different breed, man, and I think he's gonna be one of those guys we're gonna be talking about for a while. Like just and I know you mentioned about Mika being baby KD, but I've always thought ever since I've seen Caleb, like I think he's baby KD. He just takes it the right way and loves the ball. I don't think he really cares about spotlight like that. And just, there's no BS, man. I think he's a phenomenal talent, man. So can't wait to see his journey, and hopefully we get to see a couple games of him this year. But the kid was spectacular, man. I thought he was, besides Dante Allen, I thought he was like the most important player for them. And you can make the argument maybe even over Dante, but Dante was just hitting them clutch shots when they was getting it close. Guys seemed like to come up with a big layup or a big 3-point shot they didn't lead. But I thought Caleb was fantastic. And the reason why he won defensive MVP.
No, 100%. Definitely. Dante Allen was definitely a big part of that success, man. Knocking down jumpers, just doing everything right, bro. But do you have anything to add, Drew? I don't want to leave you out, brother.
No, I don't. Good intake from you guys, getting to learn some of you guys' names and who they are and what they've been doing. So, like I said before, man, just being able to listen to you guys kind of educates me. So I hope all our viewers and listeners are taking in this information as well. So, it helps them out as well. So, come draft day and, college football, college basketball comes, you'll be like, oh, I heard this guy. This is nice. Because I'll do all YouTube it. Sorry. I didn't even do it.
Nah, you good, G. You good. But last thing before we move on, I just want to get your answer, bro. Did it live up to the hype?
Yes, it did. And more than that. I think just you're not going to see on a grassroots level much better competition than that. I mean, kids going at it like, a respectful way. Like, not I don't fight or nothing. You didn't really see that. I mean, just kids like, okay, you can give me a bucket, I'm gonna get you a bucket. Just you're not gonna see that top tier type of competition. I don't think, anywhere. You maybe make the argument if it's an ESPN game or something, but just all that talent in one spot. Paul George was there, Jerome. Any guy you think of, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, all the top guys was there, man. So I don't think you get that kind of environment just anywhere.
That's correct, my friend. I'm going to give this a take on Aaliyah Chavez, and we're going to transition to Jerome for the questions of the day. So, like I said in the show earlier, Miss Aaliyah Chavez from Texas, she dropped her top 6 today, including LSU, South Carolina, Texas Tech, Texas, and Oklahoma. This past weekend, she was at the Nike. Basically, it's the flagship for the girls' event, and I'm saying she had a visit. Well, not visits. Coach Kim Mulkey from LSU came to see her play. Coach Don Staley was in attendance to see her play. Coach Staley was there. She dropped 35, 8 from, I think it was 9 for 18 from 3. She put on the show, and they won. I believe it was their third or fourth championship for her EYBL team. So definitely a high commodity. To give her an update on her recruiting, she's only been to a visit to LSU, which I believe was an official visit. The whole team was there. They took pictures with her. She's really enjoying her recruiting by LSU. South Carolina, same thing as well, but she hasn't been on a visit at all. But she is scheduling a visit with all those teams. She has been on a visit to Texas Tech, if I'm not mistaken, an unofficial Texas Tech. Texas was the first team to offer her in her recruitment. And she's from Texas. So I'm sure Texas Tech and Texas is going to have something to say about this recruitment as it winds down going into her senior year. But if I know one thing is for sure, and that two things is for certain, one thing is Coach Kim and Coach Staley are going to be in the hunt at the end, and one thing's for sure, you know what I'm saying? Playing for a winner is important to anybody once you transition to the next level of college. And, you're going to see what Coach Staley's been doing. Just as a coach, you know what I'm saying, nurturing young women. Also, you know what I'm saying, being a black and brown woman, just some relatability there. And Coach Staley, she's dominating the culture right now. So I think that has to be said, that has to be accounted for. So, but we will see how Miss Aaliyah Chavez recruitment goes. Just a little bit about her game, man. She can do it all, man. Come off the dribble, stop on a dime, pull up from 30, let it fly. She is spectacular. If you watch her highlights, get your popcorn ready. She is a firecracker waiting to happen. Go off for 30 at any moment. She can come in as a freshman and probably average 12 to 15 points. I believe she's that elite when it comes to scoring the basketball. Obviously, when she comes in at the college level, she's going to have to, learn some things. She's going to have some growing pains, playing defense, playing against older girls. But I think her transition is going to be seamless. They don't rate prospects 100 for no reason. She is elite, man. I would definitely try to catch some of her games as the season progresses. Hopefully, to put some on TV or some streams, because I'm gonna be like a kid in the candy store, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely check out Miss Aaliyah Chavez. But with that being said, we're gonna transition to questions from Jerome. Man, what type of gems you got for us today, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So one of my favorite NBA players coming up was Carmelo Anthony. I don't know if you guys seen the podcast that he was on with Podcast T with George Paul. Obviously, I didn't even know if George Paul had a podcast. Sorry, Paul George. Sorry, I was saying Paul George. I didn't know he had a podcast until he came to the Sixers. So apologize for that. But he does another podcast. He had Carmelo on. And one of the biggest topics was him being on, and you were talking about the big three. It was possibly a chance for it to be a big four. Now, Carmelo Anthony, talked about it. Bron wanted him to be on the team with him. Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade down there in Miami. And Carmelo Anthony is like, you know what? I didn't want to be the fourth guy. I don't want to be the fourth option. I decided to stay with Denver. I had a good thing going. I was the guy there coming off a great season. Why would I want to be, the fourth option? Now, obviously, Miami went on to have, I think it was 2 championships. It was. So I want to know what's your thoughts on Carmelo Anthony's decision not to go to Miami, and do you think it was a bad decision, good decision, and what would you personally would have done?
I don't think he would have been a fourth option. I think Chris Bosh is the fourth option in that scenario. I think he did right by staying in New York. I think it's already a super team with Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade. Even though Dwayne Wade's knees kind of ailed him towards the end of their time together. But I think it's going to be an early KD situation. Like, man, it's just too easy for these guys, and to kind of discredit, and that's going to kind of taint maybe their legacy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Melo he didn't win a ring, but Melo he's a fan favorite. People love him. Like, we was out there at the Peach Jam, people walking up to him, the merchandise, getting his autograph. So I think Melo did right, man. Of course, people are gonna clown him like they're doing Charles Barkley, but Melo is a legend, man. He's doing a lot for his community. He's got a great son who's a prolific scorer who we should have talked about in the Peach Jam, but it slipped our mind. Kiyan Anthony is elite. He is as advertised. He had a 40-point game against Drive Nation. He went crazy. But I won't get into all that. We're talking about Melo right now, but yeah, that's what I would have done if I was Melo.
Really not.
Yeah, I think I'm with Bacon, man. I don't think he would have been the fourth option. I think he would have been number 2 option, especially with how the end of the career went for kind of Dwayne Wade. We've seen it kind of, obviously he had to sacrifice a lot to get LeBron acclimated, but we've seen towards the tail end, like maybe that series you go back when they lost to the Spurs, and I think it was 2014 or whatever it may be. Like if they had Melo, they probably win that series. You know what I'm saying? Just because Wade was struggling in that series. Ron brought it, but Wade was struggling. But no, I think for his legacy, to kind of the same mention of what Bacon said, I think towards his legacy, he did the right thing. Now they might clown him for not having a ring, but he didn't go chasing. You know what I'm saying? Like how we see now. Oh, let me team up with this guy to go chase this ring. So I applaud him for that. And then he went and got his bag too. Like a lot of people complain, well, Melo stayed in New York and got his bag. Like, I don't blame him. Make as much money as you can, man. You can only play that game for so long, man. Get your money. Make sure your family's straight. Make sure your son good. Make sure everybody good. So I don't blame him for that. Only thing is, I think it would have been better if he probably would have teamed up with LeBron in Chicago. That would have probably been crazy.
Yes.
The young D Rose. That felt like that, right, Jerome. With a young D Rose, that felt like that would have been some fireworks right there. Right. And then a lot of people couldn't have said much. You know why? Because it wasn't like they were already like established, to a degree. Like they were still budding at pieces in place with Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, Carlos Boozer. So then you already had those roles, those requisite weapons in place, those role players and things like that. That would have just went crazy for Chicago because they haven't been, I won't say relevant, but they haven't been what they were in the 90s for a long, long time. And him together, like that would have probably put them at the epicenter. And then it would have been crazy. Then you would have had Boston. Miami probably would have been chopping at the bit as a 4 seed or something like that. But I think you would have had another great rivalry between Chicago and Boston. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it would have added more to that rivalry between those two Eastern Conference teams. So I applaud him, man. He didn't take the easy way out. Went the long road and did what he was supposed to do, man. So I respect it, man.
Yeah. Him in Chicago with LeBron would have been him and Rose. I don't know how you stop that. That would have been crazy. Hey, who knows? Maybe if that does happen, maybe Rose don't get that huge injury that he had, playing with some other guys. That you don't know the situation, how that would have affected that, but that would have been insane to see those two play, man. I'm a big Rose fan as well, so having Carmelo and Rose on the same team, boy, I would have forgave LeBron. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just want to kind of talk about that, man. Like I said, Carmelo's one of my favorite players growing up. He coming up now in the ranks and everything like that, like Big was talking about. So another good player with his son coming up to the next level. So yeah, man, definitely. Sure. All right, next segment.
You, it's your time to take over, pimp.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah, this your segment now. Yeah, let's take over towards the end.
Let's do it. So, let's get to our next segment, man. Where we at this week? We already kind of spoiled it, but let's talk about it. I saw one spot. I'll be at the Jonesboro practice. Practice media day this weekend. And we'll all be at the I think Naj will be at the Peachtree Media Day tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Bacon. Where you gonna go?
I will just be at the Jonesboro Media Day this week.
Gotcha. And I'm guessing Naj, you're gonna be at both events as well, right?
Yeah, I'll be at both events Wednesday, and it's near Douglasville. I didn't know it was that far. Near Six Flags, so that'll be fun. And then I'll be in Macon on Thursday, and then I got other stuff. It's a hectic week for me, bro. I got meetings too, and it's hectic and our Saturday stuff. So yeah, I will be very, very busy.
100%. All right, let's get to our words of wisdom. Let's start with
quick thing. So the young brother Jamauri is having trouble with a link. I told him to try Google Chrome. He isn't having any link with that. Any luck with that? Do you have any advice I should give to him?
Yeah. And then use Chrome or download the app.
And download the StreamYard app on his phone and do it from there if he's having problems. He might have to do it on a laptop too. Sometimes it don't work straight from the link with the phone. So if you tell him if he's using a phone, Bacon, download the StreamYard app. Should join right in. If he's using a computer, it should work just fine.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to our words of wisdom while we wait for him. And Matt, let's get you first, man. What's your words of wisdom first?
Man, great question. I know you had hit me earlier, Jerome. Sorry I couldn't get to you, man. Hectic day. I know you had wanted to holler at me, man. But I don't know, man. I think, just a little of my story. I told it a little bit to a brother named Coach Fly. Me, not being able to get what I really wanted. And he kind of says, sometimes something you may want in your journey, may not be what God has for you. And sometimes I feel like we go on our paths and stuff, and it might not be what we're supposed to or meant to do. We'll try to find our way instead of, praying and asking the Lord to help guide us into what we should be doing. So I just lead the audience today with just, you know, don't fight the uphill battle. I know everybody doesn't believe in God. I know some people are atheists, some people are Buddhists, Hinduists, like, everybody got their own path. But if you do believe in a higher being, I would say just try to be in touch with him. He can help guide you the right way. And sometimes when you don't succeed that first try, does not mean you failed. Could be a lesson you need to learn. Like that lesson I needed to learn back then was, hey, it's not gonna be just given to you. Just because you got a great GPA and you got these connections doesn't mean you're gonna just get a TNT job, like work.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's good because sometimes when you handed something right out the gates, you're less appreciative, Jerome and Bacon. So sometimes you need to go through that hard road first and build yourself up, and then you can appreciate when that success does eventually come. So I only say that because I did have a great moment this week. Obviously being at the Peach Jam, and then being able to go to that high end event, and then being able to ask my question, being a small feature on ACC Network with my question to Haynes King, the quarterback for Georgia Tech. So I'm just thankful, man. It's a great stepping stone for me and continue to move in the right direction of what I really want to do. I've been getting a lot of calls and people that are interested in me. So, I mean, it's just great, man. And I just tell anybody, just stay humble. Even if God blesses you and gives it to you, do not be ungrateful. Be thankful for what you have. And if it's something you like and you love to do, what I'm saying, just try to find a way to monetize it and keep pushing forward, man. It's not, it's not going to always be easy. It's going to be dark roads. I'm experiencing a little bit of it. It's been 2 grinded back-to-back weeks, but at the end of those 2 grinded back-to-back weeks, I had my special moment on Monday. So sometimes you got to grind to be able to get, what you want in life. And when you get it, be humble.
Well said. I think kind of piggyback off what you said about what Coach Fly said. What really spoke to me about what he said was just self, not pushing self, and just pushing what God has for you. I know a lot of times I can get caught up just being transparent, pushing the brand, pushing Breaking Network, right? I think sometimes you just gotta just push what the team is, push every organization you got, because in an instant, God can take that from you. So be thankful for what you got. Don't always be so self-oriented, even though I'm saying you have to be self-oriented to a certain degree. You don't want to just be lollygagging around and have no direction and just be shooting aimlessly into an ocean. But I'm saying, just let God be more of a a guider. You know what I mean? Instead of just being me all the time. So I think that's what spoke out to me. Really hit me in the chest. So definitely that. And that's my words of wisdom to anybody else out there who when you feel like you're out there doing something, man, and you pushing yourself, you're like, oh man, I want to do this, but it's just don't feel right. If it don't feel right, don't do it, man. Reevaluate yourself. That's just the biggest thing, man. I heard some quote, fools don't evaluate themselves. If you continue to go on aimlessly and just go in your rut, that's not good. Always check yourself, reevaluate yourself. Like Cole said, what would he say? I have to check myself. Something like that, but definitely check yourself. Don't be selfish. Don't push yourself. Push the team aspect, and eventually, like Coach Fly said Sunday, who's last will become first. That's what I got.
Love it. My words of wisdom kind of ties into what y'all said a little bit. Learning how to humble yourself in certain ways. When bad things or difficult things, I'm gonna say difficult, not bad. Difficult things happen in your life. Sometimes it's for you to humble yourself. And I don't mean just like fly, not humble. Humble means let me reflect on my life and what I need to be doing to this situation has. So sometimes difficult things happen in our life to humble us, make us reflect on ourselves, make us realize, all right, I need to be doing this more, I need to be doing that more, and then get yourself back in order. And that getting back in order don't always be a quick trip. It might take some time to get back to where you were, but learn to humble yourself, reflect on what's going to get you better, and so that when that difficult time does try to rise again, you're able to, withstand that and know, oh, okay, this is what I got to do now because I humbled myself before. Now I know how to get through. So I'll say that that's my word to wisdom today.
Yeah, man. Much respect.
Appreciate that. All right, boys. Update. Got an update, or we're gonna be closing tonight.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a laptop and he downloaded and couldn't get on. So I just told him, I appreciate you for trying to hop on with us. So just fell through the cracks again, gentlemen. I apologize.
It's okay, man. We understand, brother. Things are out of hand. But as always, man, help these my brothers and over here, my SEC network media gurus, experts over here. Help them out, man. Get them to 10,000, man. They are doing some great stuff. And if you don't recognize their greatness, man, I don't know how you guys, really. So check these guys out. They're doing some great stuff. They're the next big things in the industry, man. So go hit them up. You got all our social media. I'm gonna move this out the way so you can see their social media. Bacon, if you don't mind putting it down for me, right there. Their social media right over there, man. Make sure you go follow them on all social media. So help them out get to 10K as well. As always, we'd like to thank Phenom for allowing us to have this podcast and being our sponsor. As always, if you want to have this fresh gear ready for the season is right around the corner. We want to have matching gloves looking swift. The stickiness, tackiness, man, looking great. You got, mouthpieces, they got towels, they got all that. Go to phenomelitebrand.com. Use our promo code ITH4Football. That'll be 10% off and save some money and look good. Like, you can't get better than that. Look good and still save money? You can't get better than that. So go check it out. That does support and help us. So we do appreciate everybody that does that. Go ahead, Naj.
But the season rapidly approaching. Now you're about to wrap up. When will the list? The fans want to know. When will the list come out of the games that Jerome is going to go to? Maybe week 1, if not week 1 for this season.
That will be out in the next 2 weeks. For sure.
Fans want to know.
So we're not gonna have a full list because we want to make sure we get our credentials, obviously. So we're not gonna have a full list. But we'll start the weekly list. Obviously, the first one will be Quirky Tell. That's the first one we're going to be doing. That graphic will be coming up very soon. I actually have been working on that, so I'm actually glad you said that. I have been working on that graphic. So we're going to have a nice, fresh graphic showing the weekly visit. Bacon, you can help us and, be able to get one and make one for you as well. If we're going to go see it at a different location, that'd be cool too. So definitely, man, that will be out in the next week or so. For sure. Yeah, man. So, any last words? My boys, y'all got any last things y'all want to talk about? Say anything?
Yes,
I know you want to talk about Antoine Hill, right?
Yeah, I'll pull it up real quick. Show the graphic. I thought it was super cool to see. Obviously, I don't think he used it, so I hope it doesn't affect him anyway. I know GHSA is certain about certain stuff, but I think that was from his media day. I'm about to share the screen. Obviously, you guys can see right there. I think Jerome beat me to it. But yeah, this is right here. So NIL Whisper. So he signed a deal not with Dodge Charger, but with Leafs trading cards. The deal is expected to be around 600 to 750,000. Again, I think this picture is from his media day. So, obviously 0-3 used this, but I think that's big. We already know like Juju's a multimillionaire earner right now, as far as being here in the state of Georgia. But it's just cool to see like top quarterbacks. Obviously, Luke Nichols, another one in 25. Antoine Hill as well. But this is super cool seeing these guys and obviously him making the money, him being from Houston County, being to help feed his family and do what he's supposed to do. Obviously, I don't know his situation. Am I speaking like I do? I don't. But just super cool to see him, make this kind of money. He make more than us. So that's just cool, man. Love to see it. Don't mean to throw no heart in there, you know what I'm saying, to y'all boys. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it 100. But super happy for him, man. Real great player, and can't wait to see what he does this season, man. I think, like I said, I think he'll put a lot of people on notice, especially what he does, what he's able to do with the talent that he has.
Rackets.
Yes, sir. To the boy, man. They come the big butt. Obviously, more than us, like he said. but yeah, man. Hey, if you can get it, they're allowing it right now. So, man, do your thing, brother. Congratulations. Can't hear on that. So, just let me borrow $1.
Hey, little dude from across the street.
Remember his name?
What's up?
You remember his name?
Hustle man?
No, Martin.
Yeah, you're right. I do not remember his name, bro.
Name is right under my name tag. His name was Jerome.
Jerome? His name was Jerome? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Jerome.
I just watched the show the other day.
But yeah, any other last words, though?
Yes, sir. Chase your dreams, man. Don't give up your dreams, man.
Sir. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. We do apologize for not having our special guest on here, but we'll try to get him on in a future one, maybe. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I always enjoy having my boys here. Make sure you check us out on all social media because we're going to be on some crazy work this week. So make sure you go check all that out for sure. But that's going to do it for us today. This is the First and Foremost podcast. Not only will we give you the spill, but we keep it
real.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you got it now. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to see, baby. Yes, sir.
It's been a couple, right?
That was tough.
Thank you guys so much. See you on the next one. And have fun.
Peace. Yeah.